Hey, I'm Adam Jusko from ProudMoney.com, and in this video we are going to look at what the CVV number on your credit card is all about. But before we do that, I would ask you to please subscribe to our YouTube channel if you have not already, and if you have already, I thank you for doing so. So every Visa, MasterCard, Discover, and American Express card has what is called the CVV number on it. And on here, this particular credit card, I'll show it to you. It's a 3-digit number on the back, generally, of the most cards. The MasterCard, Visa, and Discover will have a 3-digit number on the back. American Express card will have a 4-digit number on the front of the card for its CVV. Now, CVV stands for Card Verification Value. And you may wonder, why do you need more numbers on a credit card? There's already 16 numbers or whatever on the credit card to begin with, right? So that should pretty much identify everything that anyone needs to know about your credit card and help you, verify whether your credit card is good or not. Well, basically that CVV card is another layer of fraud protection. And it is especially for online and phone transactions that are known within the credit card industry as card not present transactions. Basically, you are not actually giving the card to someone physically who can look at it and see if it's valid, even look for your signature on the back, although those signatures are something that are going away and that most people didn't pay attention to begin with. But anyway, when you aren't actually giving a credit card to someone physically, then it's harder for them to know, obviously, if you have stolen a credit card number. If you have like a large-scale hack where someone all of a sudden has millions of credit card numbers, they could use those numbers online or by phone very easily if there wasn't some layer of protection to maybe alert somebody that, they didn't actually have that physical card, but they had stolen the number. So essentially the CVV allows your online or phone merchants to check to see if you actually have the card that you are making a purchase with. Because if somebody doesn't have the physical card, then they don't know what that CVV is in most cases, right? Because you have to turn it over and look at it, or look on the front of the American Express card. Most times when people have stolen a credit card number, they only have those 16 digits to begin with. So this is really something that is for the card issuer more than it is for you. Obviously you don't want fraud, but the truth of the matter is, if somebody does steal your credit card number and it's through no fault of your own, you aren't going to be liable for any purchases that are made on that card anyway. So if your card number gets stolen, it may be a pain in some instances to deal with, but it is not something where you're going to be held liable. So really it's the card issuer that wants that number on there because they wanted to know that when that card is being used online or being used by phone, it is really being used by the person that has the card. Now, it doesn't mean that the CVV couldn't be stolen, because obviously someone could physically steal your card. If you're in some kind of situation where you lose your wallet, lose your purse, whatever, someone steals your credit cards, obviously they then would have the physical credit card with the CVV, and they would use it just in the exact same way that you would. So that's obviously not going to stop at anything in that case. And then other times, think about times where you may use your credit card where it goes away from you. Here in the United States, a lot of times if we give our card to a person at a restaurant, they're going to take it away and then bring us back, after they've kind of done the transaction on their end through the machine, they're going to bring it back to us. Sometimes we'll go to a bar and leave it at the bar until we're, ready to close out our rounds. Again, it's gone to somebody else who's holding on to it, who we're really not paying any attention to. Now, in other countries, a lot of times they will actually do restaurant transactions right at your table, so you never, have the card out of your sight. But here in the U.S., oftentimes it doesn't work that way, which means someone that works at a restaurant, and works at a bar, works at a real retail store perhaps, anywhere where your card might get out of your sight, there is the opportunity for someone not only to take your credit card number, but to copy down that CVV, because obviously they know that CVV is something that is important as well. So obviously it can still happen, there can still be fraud on your credit card, but the whole point of the CVV is to cut down on credit card fraud on online and phone transactions. So that is it. If you ever wondered what that CVV number was for, that is the story about it. So thanks for watching. Please go to ProudMoney.com, where we do product reviews, credit card reviews, news, all sorts of other fun stuff too. Thanks for watching. Bye.